Uh, yeah. You know what? Because it's the daily go get a Mism show. You think it ain't when it is? Huh? You think it won't when it whiz? We are here and we are in motion. We doing this thing. Taking off left lane, no coasting. Daily Go Get It Mism Show Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. The 10th. The 10th of September. Yo, we gonna go to length. Yo, today we talking about what could happen if they would only listen. Today, on the Daily Go Get Business Show, we are talking about what could happen if they would only listen. You know, we always have somebody in our lives, in our world, that is hard headed. They don't want to listen to what nobody say. We be trying to be putting them down today. And when I say put them down, I'm not talking about insulting them. I'm talking about we try to give them the real. We try to give them the proper instructions so they will be successful. But they ain't trying to hear that mess. Fools is what they are. But it's something that you gotta deal with, Star. That's my word. Now tonight kicks off the first night of football season. The NFL starts again tonight. You know, it always starts on Thursday night football. Was it like the Kansas City Chiefs versus somebody? But it just don't seem the same because there ain't gonna be nobody in that stadium. So we gonna be like, yo, sports is crazy. But I'm not gonna front. I at least hope that the NFL season lasts. But if nothing else, the NFL kicking off their season without any fans in the stadium is a glaring example of somebody listening. They listen. So they tried to take the proper steps to ensure that they will at least be able to make it through a season. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they listen. What would happen if the people in your life just listen to what you say and stop trying to go things their own way and everything is going to be okay? What y'all think, y'all? So we're going to get into this tonight. This is not a fantasy. We're talking about what would happen if they would only listen. What could happen if they would only listen to reason? That's word. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Do you underdig? Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. With this your daily. The Daily Go Get It Show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R's. The Daily Go Get It Show all up in your area. And tonight on the Daily Go Get It Show, we are talking about what could happen, what would happen, what should happen if they would only fucking listen. If they would only fucking listen. We all have somebody in our lives that we have tried to guide, that we have tried to help, that we have tried to steer, that we have tried to instruct, that we have tried to give directions to, that we have tried to protect, that we have tried to save. But they wanted to do things their own way, baby. They wanted to do things their own way. And if they're still around, more than likely, they're still trying to do things their own way. They're still trying to do things their own way, and you may still be trying to get them to do things your way. And your way may be the only way that they haven't tried yet. Yo, you messing up my yo, these are good khakis. Look what you're doing. Look what you're doing. You messing my shit up. You know what I'm saying? I wore this. This is my show uniform. You know what I'm saying? You messing up things. That's not cool. Let me get out of here. I don't want to hear it. See, you're not listening. You're not listening. See, I'm going to tell you what could happen if she would only listen. She might not get popped up beside her head. I'm about to give her that pluck. I'm about to give her the famous Sun 752 finger pluck. Bam! Back! Pluck you in that forehead. My pluck game strong. How y'all feeling tonight, man? How y'all feeling tonight? Daily Go Get It Show Sun 752 Omar with the Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. What could happen if they would only listen? What's going on, Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita? Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita is all up in the house. Good to see me some you. What's up? And T. Carrie Wright is always down for the night. It's good to see me. Glad to have you in my sights. And Robin Ming, my big sis, doing a thing. Yo, I'm glad to be the king to your queen. Charlene Curry. Charlene Curry. What's going on, Charlene? How you feeling, Charlene? It's good to see me some you. Thanks for coming on through. Glad you came through with the crew too. Ooh. Shirley Sure, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Sure, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, ma? How you doing? So we're talking about what could happen. What could happen? What happened? What should happen if they would only listen? Who are the people in your lives that you have tried to get to listen to you? And what happens when they didn't listen? Did you ever get them to listen? And like, did they listen, but they just wouldn't follow? Because if they don't follow, or if they don't follow the instructions, but they claim that they're listening, how do you know that they're really listening? How do you know that you are sending and they are receiving the information? How do you know? How do you know? What is their reluctance to follow your directions? Are you asking them to do something outlandish? Are you asking them to do something crazy? Are you asking them to do something detrimental to their health, their wealth, their welfare? You know, when we're younger, we try to test the waters and try to see what we can get. We try to see what we can get. We try to see what the possibilities are. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get this alcohol. I'm touching this cat. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to infect me and all that. You know, we not doing that, son. Hey, yo, son, we not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta make me some handy wipes real quick. Yeah, I gotta make me some handy wipes real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to get caught out there. This cat, you know what I mean, trying to kill me. Y'all know I be on here coughing and sneezing, and you know, my neck, my nose get the, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, you know, get the alcohol, make me some motherfucking, you know what I mean? Make me a handy wipe on some old hand sanitizer shit. Yeah. That's good shit right there. Yeah, baby. All right, so yeah. So, you know, when we're younger, we try to test the waters and try to see what we can make happen. A lot of times when we're younger, especially if you're a young, cute kid, you get people to listen to you. And it's not fair, but it's an actual fact that good-looking people get people to listen more often than other people do. I know it sounds crazy, and I ain't really need to go there, right? But you and I know that it's the truth. Now, we can spend half of the show going into why that's true and why that's not, but that's not what today's show is about. What today's show is about is what would happen if they listen. I mean, because honestly, many of us have lost some people, at least a person, and I mean physically lost them, like, because they wouldn't listen. You told them not to do something, and they decided that they were going to do it against all odds. They said that they was going to do it against all odds, and all we could do was sit back and watch this train wreck come. And unfortunately, that train wreck came. Now, some of us didn't lose the person. Some of us, you know, just had to let a person go ahead and take their bumps and bruises. And, you know, they got over what they got over. They got through what they got through, and everything was okay. But we all have that one person that if you would only listen to me, if you wouldn't have went out that night, if you wouldn't have hung with them, if you wouldn't have befriended them, if you wouldn't have did this, if you wouldn't have did that, if you wouldn't have drove that night, if you would have went to work that morning, if you would have stayed home with me that morning, if you would only listen, and sometimes that can lead to survivor's guilt. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into it, and let's talk about what could happen if they would only listen, if they would only fucking listen. I mean, we all have children, man. We have children that we have tried to steer in the right direction, and y'all know how that go. Y'all know what it's like to have a wayward youth, or just a youth that wants to find their own way in life. They want to do their own thing. They want to feel their way through. And many of us sympathize with it. We empathize with it because we understand. We were that age. We were there. And we know what it's like to have our greatest ideas and ambitions and energy suppressed. And some of us rebel. So we understand the rebellion in a way. But we know what happens because we know what happened when we didn't listen. We know what happened when we didn't listen. And we like, please, please, just fucking listen. T. Carey Wright said, a Gemini must have helped you choose this damn show title. You got to chill. You see, that's what you gonna do. You gonna chill because Geminis listen. They listen the first time. That's how they learn so fast. See, Geminis are very smart. They learn. They pick up things easily. Now, after they pick it up, they figure they know it better than you. So then they stop listening because they figure they done passed you and everything. But they listen at first. They listen, they watch, and they learn. Then everything goes off the fucking rails. But we're not here to talk about that. We're not even talking about that. We're not even talking about that. Anyway, Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. She's a Gemini. Tell him, Cheryl. Tell him, Cheryl. Tell him, Cheryl. Carol Chamberlain says, children, grandchildren, shaking my head. Just don't want to listen. Just don't want to listen. But if they would only listen. Emily Dunlap. I said, Emily makes me feel fine. Takes me to Atlanta in my mind. Emily makes me feel fine. That's what I was singing when I was driving down Route 85. Anyway, Robbie Robin Mink says, my grandkids. These kids do what they want to do. You can talk to them until you're blue in the face. I'm going to tell you something. It ain't just the kids. Some of y'all, many of y'all, all of y'all are probably dealing with a grown-ass peer. A grown-ass man or woman, sometimes older than you, that won't listen. Some of y'all tried to advise y'all parents and they didn't listen. They didn't fucking listen. Dad, I told you if you don't stop eating all of those sweets, you're going to fuck around and go blind. You're going to fuck around and lose your leg. You're going to fuck around. 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 Fuck around. Go fuck around and get the sugar. Get the sugar. Get the sugar. Go to fuck around. Get the fuck around. Go fuck around. Go fuck around. Get fuck around. Go fuck around. Oh, daddy's having another seizure again. Oh, daddy's having another seizure again. Daddy's having another seizure again. I don't think we're going to lose him. Well, we might. We lost grandmother. She lost her sight. And we lost granddad too. We got over both sides of the family. Ooh, it's not a good look. This, think about this sugar. It makes me shook. Let's not talk about heart disease. You still want to eat that grease. Yo, what's the deal? You got high blood pressure and the way that you feel. The situation is real. I told you to chill. Come on, Dad, chill. Come on, Ma, don't eat the salt. What the fuck is you doing? Yo, it's all your fault. Yo, fall back. Fall back. But they don't want to listen. They think they got they shit in the smash something for that ass. And we be trying to just pass the test and make sure they don't get into no mess. And you got your own shit to deal with. Sometimes you ain't really all that real with yourself. Telling them lies, not listening to somebody what they say, and I think you got the right idea and you're wrong. Yeah. Daily Go Get 'Em Show. What's good, y'all? Y'all can call into the show. Call into the show. Call the number 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby. 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 319-527-6199, baby. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the show. Make sure y'all share the show. Share the show. Don't keep the show all to yourself. We dropping knowledge today. A little bit of science, a little bit of English. We gonna make sure the fire gets put out and extinguished. Word. Okay. So like I said, that one person in your life that just won't listen. Some of y'all dealing with a lover that just won't listen. Yeah, we're going to take it right there. Let's get it out in the open. Let's get it right there. Everybody, each and every last one of y'all have had somebody that y'all was in love with that made your heart go boom, 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 boom. And you was like, listen, if you would only stop cheating, if you would only stop bugging the fuck out, if you would only stop helping people who don't give a fuck about you, if you would only concentrate on this love that we had, because this love, this love, I think from, Regina Bell, because this love, this love. Oh, I think I'm falling for you. Oh, this love. Only love. Came out in 1990. You remember the chorus? Well, I've been a lot of places and I've loved a few, but none compares to you. And girl, anyway, each and every one of us have had one. That one that you really thought that you would be or could spend the rest of your life with if they would only fucking listen. They didn't seem to have their eyes on you enough. But what if they did? What if, didn't they understand what you could have given them? Don't they understand what you, they don't understand. It was bigger than all this. Because you was, how females be, you getting all this. You getting all, you getting all, African dance. You getting all of this, you getting all the body, but you also getting all the mind. You getting all the heart. You getting all the effort. Two people who love each other can conquer the world, and that's how you was feeling about you being the girl. But he wouldn't fucking listen. Men, same thing. We've all had that chick, that badge on that all the other brothers wanted. They all wanted her, and we scooped her, and we had her, but we couldn't contain her. We could not put that ship back in the bottle. We couldn't build the ship in the bottle, and we could not put the lightning back in the bottle. She wasn't trying. Listen, she knew she had the world at her feet, and we was like, nah, fuck that. Come on, get in the bed with me. Get in the car with me. You know what I'm talking about? My brother from another mother, Norris Hill. I said my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. You know what I'm talking about, and you know how I feel. Don't try to front on the guard. You know the deal. And Valerie Green, you understand you on the scene, and you've been married a few times, you know what I mean? So I know that you understand. You gave it a chance, and what if they would have fucking lived? What if they fucking listen? You had the best romance in the whole wide world, and you was that girl. You was ready to do the thing and make the twirl. But they wouldn't fucking listen. Dropped. Oh, shit. They wouldn't fucking listen. Nothing you could do, nothing you could say that could make them play the way that you say. Hey. But what if they would have listened? Your high school sweetheart, would y'all still be together? I mean, listen, you can keep it 100 or you can fantasize. Listen, what would have happened? Think about the one that got away. A lot of people talk about the one that got away. Would they have gotten away if they would have listened? Would they have gotten away if they would have listened? Would they have gotten away if they would have listened? TK right talking about something. You better not pluck Crystal. Peter will emerge from the shadows and be all over your ass. And I'll be like, pussy, come on. One, two, three, four. I declare a thummy war. Can't nobody out thumb wrestle me. Pin. I got your ass. I got you. I picked you. You mad. That's why I got you, because you wouldn't listen. What would have happened if they would have listened, y'all? I mean, you know how this topic gets tragic. You know it gets tragic. Some of us have lost a brother or a sister or a friend or a lover, or they didn't listen. They would not listen. What if they would have listened, though? What if they would have listened? What if they would have listened? You know, we all have that. They would be here today. We would be going out having fun doing what we used to do if they would have listened, but they didn't listen. That night, that fateful night. I don't mean to get all I'm sentimental, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You only know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. If they would have listened that night, that day, they'd be here today. That's the way we look at it, right? Now, we don't have any choice over who lives or who dies, but we do know that we tried to alter somebody else's route, and they was not listening. They said, don't worry about it. Don't worry. No, I got this. I'm gonna just go ahead and handle this thing real quick. I'll be right back. Don't go tonight. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You know, when you get that premonition, when you get that spirit, when you get that psychic ability, you know what I'm talking. That intuition. You know, something just don't feel right. You know, the butterflies, they extra tonight. That night they was extra. That day they was extra. And when you got that phone call, what you talked about? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, the fuck. Stop lying. Stop. Don't play with me. Oh my God. Stop playing. You gotta fucking be playing. Stop it. Come on, don't. That's not funny. That is not the fuck funny. And they wasn't playing. And that everything that you had been talking about, like it was like you could see it all in front of your face, like you was reading a script, like you was standing in the front row of a movie theater, like the whole scene just blocked your whole entire vision. But what would have happened if they would have listened that day? What would have happened if they would have listened? So is it their fault for not listening, or is it your fault for not getting them to listen? It ain't your fault. I'm just going to tell you like that. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. So let's get into it, y'all. What y'all talking about? The beauty I cannot see, Cherry. The beauty I cannot see, Cherry. I said, it's Cinderella day to day. Or it's the girls day to day with fame. It's a Cinderella day to day. Well, it's the woman day to day with fame. What's going on day to day? Beauty I cannot see, Cherry. And Annette Davis, the number one. Annette Davis, the number one. Annette Davis, the number one. How you feeling, hun? Good to see you. Thanks for coming through, getting it done. Word. It's Stacy Green. Stacy Green is all up in the house. Look, I'm looking around for something green. Damn. Look, this green. This green. It's green. It's dirty green, but it's green. This is a nail clip. Green. What's going on, Miss Green? How you feeling? Thanks for coming on the scene. It's always good to see you coming through. Nah, man. Nah, man. The beauty I cannot see, Cherry says, it's wrong to give someone an ultimatum in a relationship. If you know you're right, I'm too old to wait around. Nah, you ain't too old to wait around. We say that shit at every fucking age. I bet you were saying that you too old for the bullshit when you was in your 20s. Early 20s at that. I'm too old for this shit. I bet you. Now, go ahead and lie. I know you're going to lie, too. Go ahead. You know, women always like to lie about the shit that they said before. But if they would only listen and tell the truth for once in their life. Come on, bet me. Bet me, Dana. Bet me, Dana. Yeah, you don't want to bet me. You know what I mean? You know why you don't want to bet me? Because you know that when you was like 22 years old, you was talking about you was too old for the bullshit. You was too old for the bullshit. You too old to be playing games. You was too old for the bullshit. I'm too old to be playing games. You know what I mean? 22 years old. What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? Let me see. Just take your time, get it. Oh, I like that song. That's what's up. That's what's up. And then David says, "Yep," and still love that ninja. You would only fucking listen. Robbie Ming says, as my mom used to tell her kids, a hard head make a soft behind. Yeah, but did you listen though? Wait, Annette also said, if I had listened to my grandmother one day and not go out, something tragic would have never happened to me. But I was grown and did what I wanted and suffered the consequences. For real, for real. When you young, you gonna grow. You know what I mean? You young. You gotta learn on your own. But you have a whole lifetime in front of you, hopefully, to not listen no more. To really get good at not listening. And some of us get better and better of not listening. Just like Carol Chamberlain says, experience is the best teacher. Yup. And it's also, experience also has the hardest belt and it's just the best ass whooper out there. Experience be. See, you don't want to fucking listen, right? Okay, it's no problem. You ain't got to fucking listen. You want to take this ass whooping. You want to take this ass whooping, dumbass motherfucker. I told you not to fucking play with it. I told you not to do that shit no more. I told you if you do it again, I'm going to fuck your ass up now. And then you listen, because violence does make people listen, but then they go back to not listening again. Then they was listening, and then they stop listening again. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. Be down. Be down. Call into the show, 319-527-6199. 319-527-6199. Totally uncensored show. Express your passion in any form of fashion. No censorship. We don't do that shit. Word up. The Daily Go Getimism Show. What could happen? What would have happened if they would have only listened? If they would only listen. Some of them are still here and they still ain't listening. They ain't listening. And your ass is still trying to get them to listen. See, that's the part right there. Maybe you ain't listening. They ain't listening because you ain't listening. They telling you to listen to the fact that they ain't trying to hear that shit. But you ain't listening. You ain't listening. They ain't listening. We ain't listening. Nobody listening. Narcille said, yeah, they forgot about Regina Belle. They did. They always be forgetting about Regina Belle. Come on, Regina. Oh, Regina. Oh, Regina. Okay, I got it. I've been a lot of places and I met a few, but none compared to you. And girl, you know, you will never know this time, baby. There's no letting go. Yeah, that's it. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. I'm gonna work on it. Yeah, but Beauty, I cannot see. It's not about ultimatums. We're not even talking about ultimatums. Because we're talking about people who are hard-headed anyway. So you can give a hard-headed person ultimatums all you want to. You'd be better off giving them ultimatums. Yeah, give them all tomatoes. That's what an ultimatum is to a stubborn person, to a hard-headed person, to a person that don't want to listen. Oh, you giving me all tomatoes? Look, she's trying to get me to do what you do. Oh, now you giving me all tomatoes. No, I'm giving you an ultimatum. Like, you got to do this or this is going to happen. Oh, no. You trying to give me some ultimatums. Who is you to give me ultimatums? You got the good kind, you got the organic. You know them ugly tomatoes be good, but give me the homegrown. Ain't nothing, good like a homegrown tomato. Bust up the homegrown. The homegrown. Dana said, I'm sorry, I can't bet you because I know I was there. You wasn't listening. I was there. I met you a long time ago. You don't even remember that shit. But I do. All right. TK Wright says, how about when your friend is wilding out and you see trouble coming toward them miles away, but they won't listen, get hurt, expect you to pick up the pieces? What about when they get shot? What about when they get shot? What about when they shoot somebody else? Do a life bid or some bullshit? What about that? You told them we ain't need a gun. They said, no, we need a gun. You said, no, we don't need no gun. We good. They said, nah, we need a gun. They ain't listen to you. What about that? What would have happened if they would have only fucking listened? Now you put money on books. They ain't coming home till 2052. This was in 87. 1987, Shirley Sher, the world's most precious, the greatest pearl in the world, says, either you learn from teaching of others, learn from others' experiences, or you learn the hard way, your own experience. And that's not a soul clap. That ain't a soul clap. That is not a soul clap. A soul clap is... I don't know how they figure that soul. Like, how is that a soul clap? That don't sound soulful. Like, if I'm thinking, like, if it's going to be a soul clap, it should be like... and you know he got soul. Something like that. Sound like more of a soul clap to me. We can work on it though. Emily Dunlap, have me a soul clap by the morning. Are you listening? I need a soul clap. Tomorrow's 9/11. Need a soul clap. Doing a presentation about 9/11. Tomorrow, 9/11. Need a soul clap. Get on it. Get on it, Dunlap. Need a soul clap. And then David says, the real problem is you can have two people not listening. Man, what you talking about? Hey, yo, Casper, why we can't see you? Shout out to Bootsy in his rubber band. RUBBERFANS, rubber bands and funketeers. Okay, wait a minute. And it also says the real problem is you. Oh, wait, I already read that. Wait. Oh no, here she says, I don't mind listening. I just don't want to be the only one who's listening. You're a Scorpio. Scorpios never listen. I don't know what you're talking about. No. Well, they don't. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill, says back in the 40-ounce days, summer of '88 to be exact, I had a friend I used to ride around with that had a lead foot. Oh shit. He scared me one good time. A couple of months later, he lost his life. God damn. See, my man that had a lead foot, he could drive his ass off. He was like Jamaican boy. He was a little younger than me. graduated high school at 16 years old. Smart, but a little wild ass little Jamaican boy. I didn't know he was Jamaican because he used to cuff his accent as much as he could. I knew he talked funny, but I was like, he's Jamaican? Like Jamaicans don't talk like that, but when they dropping their patois and trying to talk regular English, whatever that means, he sounded different. So his mom had a Benz. Remember the baby Benz back in the day, the 190E? The 190E, the baby Benz. Remember the baby Benz, the 190E? His mom had a 190E. My man crashed up the 190E. He could drive his ass off, but he was so fucking reckless that, like Lincoln Drive, for all my Philly people who live in Philly, who know about Lincoln Drive, he used to drive Lincoln Drive so fucking fast. It was like he was trying to straighten out Lincoln Drive. Lincoln Drive goes this way. It was like he was trying to drive so fast that he could move the mountains and the streams and shit. He could move Wissahickon Creek. We used to be in there catching mad heartburns, and he used to like to scare people with his driving because he was just straight reckless. He was straight reckless and crazy. He was a Scorpio too. He was a really nice guy. Years later, after I graduated college and all of that shit, he died in a motorcycle accident. And I know I could just picture it. But we always tell him, like, yo, Steve, you don't have to drive like that. Chill, son. You know what I mean? Like, yo, stop being so fucking reckless. He crashed up that Benz. He went down to Baltimore, got with some of his Jamaican friends, so, did what he had to do. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He started hustling and all of that. And he wasn't really built for that life. He wasn't that kind of Jamaican, but this is 1989. This is 1989. JBM going out, Jamaicans coming in. He got the money back to get the Benz fixed. I don't know how the fuck he fixed a Benz. Like, don't you have to get another Benz? That shit had to be totaled out. Because he drove like a fucking madman. And he liked big cars. So he would rent Lincoln Town cars. You know those little cobblestone streets in Old City? Down like around 2nd Street, off of Front Street, around Market, Arch, Chestnut. He would, those little streets look like driveways. He would just be, I would like, oh my God, just don't get me out of this fucking car. And you know me, I'm playing it off like I ain't scared, like, because he liked to scare motherfuckers. So I'm acting like I ain't scared. And on the inside though, I'm like, and we wasn't about that seatbelt life back in the day either. If Steve would have listened to people tell him not to be so reckless, he might still be here today. He definitely wouldn't have died that way. Died in a motorcycle accident running from the cops. And I know why he ran from the cops. He ain't had no warrants or nothing like that. He ran from the cops because he figured he could outrun the cops. Like it was a game to him. But he left behind a son and a wife. Shit's crazy. TK Wright says, word of net, going through that now. Okay. And Narcisse says, that bothered me for a long time. I understand why it would, my brother. But you got to forgive yourself. Don't get that survivor's guilt because there's nothing. He made those decisions for himself. And it's fucked up when you can see how somebody is going to die before it happens. You can see it. Like, you know, the way that they play is going to be the way that they. And then David says, I had a relative who used to say, if God wanted you to talk so much, he would have given you 2 mouths instead of he gave you 2 ears so you could listen more than you talk. Something like that. Well, it's the truth that we learn more by listening than we do by talking. But since we talk about listening, does listening mean just receiving the information, or does it mean doing something about it? Right now, we can't tell. We those Republicans, those Trump supporters ain't listening too well, are they? They not fucking listening. Listen, Annette and Carol, because I know y'all watch a lot of this shit. So your boy Trump is on tape with Michael Woodward telling how he knew about the coronavirus. He knew how deadly it was. He knew how serious it was. He knew how contagious it was. He knew how dangerous it was. And he was just like, well, you know, I don't want to cause a panic. So he did totally the opposite of what would have been smart for him to do, which would have been to alert the public to the dangers. So since that was the big news on CNN and MSNBC last night, and definitely this morning, I said, well, let me go over to Fox and Friends. And let me see if that's the news story over there. Guess what? It wasn't. Nothing. They say nothing about that shit. Now, I wasn't watching all that long, but I figured that would be the breaking news story. You know how they have the little news tape, the little ticker tape going across the screen on the bottom. I'm reading this shit like, nothing. They ain't mentioned shit about the coronavirus on Fox and Friends this morning. Nothing. They was talking about how Joe Biden is lying, saying that he created a lot of jobs during the Obama administration. And they said, nah, he ain't created no job. Look, we got the statistics. That motherfucker lied. And I was like, nothing about the coronavirus? And your man lying about the whole shit? And you know they ain't gonna listen. I'm like, nothing on there? Like I said, granted, I was only watching for about 5 or 10 minutes. But you know, on CNN and MSNBC, it's like breaking news. Yo, this motherfucker is more foul than we ever thought. That's what the breaking news was on MSNBC and CNN. Breaking news. This motherfucker's off the chain like we never could have fucking believed. Breaking news. Y'all ain't gonna believe this shit. This is the King Kong and Godzilla bullshit right here. But you know, The beauty I cannot see. Cherry says, wait. I really agree with a lot of things you say, but you went far left with that Scorpio thing. Scorpio stand up all day. But don't act like y'all not stubborn, and don't act like y'all willing to do what other people tell y'all to do. Don't act. All right, let me tell you how well I know Scorpios. And I ain't saying I know y'all like the back of my hand. I just know y'all from my experience. Like, you can tell, like, a Scorpio would think it's kind of cute if you tell them to shut the fuck up. Like, yo, shut the fuck up. They'd be like, oh, look at that. I ain't doing it, though. I'm still talking, but look at you. Look at your little fiery self. You're about to get some of this Scorpio freakiness tonight. Scorpios don't listen to nothing nobody say. Like, fuck out of here. Yeah. Oh, boy. I ain't mad at no Scorpios, though. Scorpios and Leos have a lot in common. Both of them are normally at the butt of vicious attacks of insults. Oh, you a Scorpio? Oh, God. Oh, you must be nasty and you must be evil. Oh, you a Leo? Oh, you must think you know every fucking thing and you think you run every fucking thing. The only other sign I know that gets it bad is Gemini, but that's their fault. See, it's different. Leo and Scorpio are bad because of name recognition. Gemini, it's because of what the fuck they did. Not you, Cheryl, but the rest. Listen, man. yo. Geminis are bad. And I mean real bad. Donald Trump, Kanye West, Tupac Shakur, bad, caused trouble. A lot of trouble. Okay, let's go. We're done. Okay. Carol Chamberlain says, Donald Trump is not my boy, Umar. Okay, fine. It's just a figure of speech. And then David says, you first have to comprehend before you carry the request out. Okay. Created a panic. He was on Fox News talking to Tucker, I think last night. Stacey Green says, the big six hate Trump. So you got to take what they say with a grain of salt sometimes. Not in this one. I mean, I know what you're saying because, like you do have to understand the propaganda campaign. But I'm not going to front. I believe anything bad that people say about Donald Trump because he really is that bad. That motherfucker is. He's not somebody that I could ever defend. Plus, I want him gone. I don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? He could save my grandmother. I'd be like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. You got to go. You getting the fuck out of here. Listen, there are a lot of jobs you can do out here in the world. President of the United States is not one of them. You got to get the fuck on up out of here. You got to go. And I hope somebody. We talking about what could happen if they only listen. Listen. Get this vote on November 2nd. Get this motherfucker on up out of here. Get him up out of here. Listen. If y'all let this motherfucker be in office 4 more years, you have essentially put a dick in your ass eternally. I'm trying. That's my word. Now, I know some of y'all out there like a dick in your ass, but I'm talking to the ones who have nothing but contempt for a dick in the ass. Don't put one in there. The worst thing you can have is a dick in the ass when that's not what you asked for. It could be a harrowing experience from what I understand. Okay. Carol says Rachel Maddow gave it to him last night. Rachel Maddow might be the best reporter on liberal TV. Like, that little dyke, that long neck giraffe dyke. Yo, I gotta give it to her. I've tried to hate her. I tried. I'm like, yo, that chick, all right. That dude, whatever, that. No, so I have to check it out from a black point of view. Roland Martin show. Nah, I don't fuck with Roland Martin no more. I feel you, but nah. I mean, these niggas. These niggas. Okay. No, it says, I wish Petey Green was still here to roast these clowns. That would have been dope, wouldn't it? Yo, that would have been real dope. Okay. Yeah, Robbie. She said, and the Trump supporters can't see either. They ain't listening. They ain't looking. But if they would only listen, can you imagine if they actually said, look, you know what? White supremacy ain't worth this bullshit. If they would only listen, we could get somewhere. And speaking of black people, here's the thing about our people. And I hate to say this, but there's no way I can get around saying it because it's 100% true. Black people will find fault in God if they find out that God is black. And I hate to say that shit. And you know what I really hate? I hate the fact that it's true. Black people will find fault in God in the flesh if they find out that he has brown or dark skin. They will find fault in God. So I'm saying all that to say this. If black people would only fucking listen to who their real enemy is, listen to what a real plan of action is, listen to a historical perspective, listen to those who want to unify instead of disunite, instead of separate, we could run shit. We could get our shit together. We could end lack of education. We could end poverty, despair, depression. Like black love would be reality. But speaking of black love, you scream black love around some people, they'd be like, black love is cool, but ain't nothing wrong with white people. Black people will find fault in God in the flesh if they find out that his flesh is black. And it's an actual fucking fact. But what if they listen? What if they fucking listen? What if they listen and said, you don't need the white man to validate your existence. You don't have to buy his products and feel good about what you bought because he knows that you have money to spend. That's not the validation that you need. Are you listening? What if they listen? Build your communities. Put the father back in the home. Even if he's not physically in the home. And I mean, put his presence back in the home. His influence back in the home. Black men, refuse to leave your home and your children for any reason. Even if you don't live in the home, refuse to not be there in spirit, in love, in energy, in influence. Refuse it. Refuse to leave. I'm not going no fucking where. Me and you may not make it, shorty, but I'll be goddamn if I'm going to make it without my kids or my kids make it without me. If they would only fucking listen. If they would only fucking listen. Better schools, better homes, better streets, better neighborhoods, better communities, better markets, better stores, better business, better living, better life, better spirit. If they would only fucking listen. But they ain't gonna listen to your black ass. Let the white man come in and suggest it though. Let Brad come in here and start talking to him. See if they don't listen. I ain't bullshitting. The first time I stepped on a comedy stage was July 17th, 2002. I've done shows everywhere with any local comedian and some national ones that you can name. It would be all black comedians on the show. But you want the show to turn out? Get a white comedian on it. Male or female. Watch the black crowd perk up. You think I'm bullshitting? We could have, all right, a very funny brother coming to the stage. This one, that one, this, that one, the other one. Coming to the stage. Now let Amy McClintock. Let Amy McClintock come to the stage. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Susie coming to the stage. Amy coming to the stage. Megan coming to the stage. They going to be all ears. They going to be all ears. They not going to bomb. They would have to be so fucking whack in order to bomb. Yo, I seen it. You want to give your show a boost? You a promoter? Hire a white comedian. You ain't got to put him on a flyer. But bring him in as a guest. Give him a guest spot. Watch your show come alive. Oh my God, white boy. Oh my God, the white boy. I can't believe he said that. Valerie Green says, my ex-Gemini boyfriend. Shirley says, okay. You know I was about to say something. I'm good. Me and all my personalities. TK Wright says, the hardest part of going through this with someone is when you're trying to talk sense into your parent. I mean, yeah, trying to talk sense into your parent. They will barely listen to you because you're the child. How much do you really know? So when you got to tell your mom or your dad what to do, you trying to instruct them. You trying to get them to listen. Listen! Or some DJ Khaled shit. Garrett Chamberlain says, we would be a force to be reckoned with. Now we just a wreck. TK Wright says, Cheryl, they're going to have to drag him out kicking and screaming. He'll probably pour concrete down the toilets and build a wall around the entrance so no one can get in after he's gone. Word. Stacey Green says, I love black people, even though I know they don't like me sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. All right. Bobby Hill Cisse. Bobby Cisse is all up in the house. What's going on, Bobby? Valley Green says, we have been programmed through the system to disrupt our family. Started with the welfare system in the 60s. Now, it started way before then. This mental slavery with us is deep. Deep. I swear. Anytime you can say, yo, black, you could start talking about black love, and people be like, and black people be like, hold on. Black, like I said, black love is okay, but ain't nothing wrong with Asians. All white people ain't bad. It don't have to be black love. Okay. I feel you. I'm here. We here. All right. Beauty, I cannot see. Cherry says, I'm sorry. Amy McClintock can't make me laugh the way a black person can. I'm sorry. Well, you'll notice that the other people don't feel like you do. And I'm not saying don't laugh at him or her, because I'm not saying I wouldn't book anybody that wasn't funny. But what I'm saying is you're going to notice when you're on stage, when other people are on stage, they ordering food, they ordering drinks, they talking amongst each other, they still getting their money together, making sure the bills is right and all of that. Let that white person walk on that stage. Oh shit. They're going to freeze all of that shit for a second. All I'm saying is they're going to listen. They are going to listen. You know what I mean? A snowflake in a sea of niggas. And then David says, see, Omar, you don't listen. You ask me a question and don't see the answer. I'm not listening to that. I ain't even listening to that. Valley Green says, true, not letting men in the home. My grandfather was present. I'm speaking on the 20th century. I hear you. Meanwhile, they're funny. Out loud country laughing and tinkling a little bit. Oh, you said meanwhile, if they're funny, out loud country laughing. I hear you. But yeah, we're talking about what could happen if they would only listen. And the possibilities are endless depending on what you're talking about. You may have tried to get somebody just to see their own potential. Have any of y'all dealt with a lover or a friend or a colleague or something that had a talent, that was blessed with a talent that that they could sustain them, so they could take care of themselves in personal business and private business and leave it and make more than they 9 to 5 could ever give them. But they wasn't listening. They ain't want to be in business for themselves. They didn't want to be self-sufficient. They wanted to lean on you couldn't talk them out of 401k and IRAs and pensions and all of that shit. Couldn't talk them out of it. Meanwhile, they was making more money on the side than they was. But they didn't want to make a business out of it. But what could happen if they would only fucking listen? You was the one with the business plan. They were the talent. You were the brains. If they would only listen. Both of y'all families would be well taken care of. You can make an impact on this world, on this community. If they would only listen. We would have been together to this day. If they would have only listened and did things my way. If they listened to the things I say. We could have took over the world and been rich today if they would only open up their ears. We would have had much more top shelf, no beers if they would have only complied we would have made more than they could have ever got inside, and we would have been the best. And I guarantee you, none contest, and we're gonna be the best around here. And you listen to what I'm saying. Let me get in your ear, but no, they wasn't trying to hear that shit, baby. They wasn't trying to hear that shit that you was talking about. And sometimes it can be very disheartening when somebody doesn't listen to what you're saying, because it almost feels like it's a form of disrespect. Like, my advice is not good for you. My instructions are no good for you. My way of seeing things, doing things, like, they're not worth you giving them a try. And here's the worst part about it, y'all. The person that won't listen to you, the person that won't listen is listening to all the wrong people, though. All the people who don't give a fuck about them, all the people who don't care about them, all the people who don't mean them no well, and are just waiting to set them up and do them dirty and leave them out to dry, and then will blame them for getting themselves into this shit. They listen to them. Yeah. They don't have no problems getting them to listen. It's only you. It's only you who has a problem getting them to listen. They won't listen to you. No, not you. Not you. Bobby Hill says, yep, they lack motivation, in my opinion. But it may have just been confidence. It could. But that's part of not listening too. Like, you could instill confidence in them if you could get them to see some victories along the way. Look, when a person, confidence is built when you start winning. When you see that you are able to compete. That's how your confidence builds. Your confidence wanes when you never get in the fight, when you never get in the arena, when you never jump in the ring, when you never put your hat in the competition. Because you're afraid that you'll freeze up, or that you won't be able to compete, or that you're not good enough, or that you're only good around certain people. But if they would only listen, we've shot 300 jump shots and foul shots in the gym every day for a year. You are ready. You can shoot these motherfuckers lights out. But are they listening? I can't shoot with nobody guarding me. Yes, you can. We practiced all of that. I know, but y'all, I mean, no offense, but y'all ain't no competition. You gotta try. It's gonna be y'all right, and everything is gonna be y'all right. Have some heart, and everything is gonna be y'all right, and everything is gonna be y'all right. Check your ego, and everything is gonna be y'all right, and everything is gonna be y'all right. Don't forget to try, and everything is gonna be y'all right. You listen to me, you gonna prosper. That's no lie. Let's do these birthday shout outs. Some people were born on this glorious September 10th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special, because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They are SPECIAL. They are number one out the box. Digger Richburg. Happy birthday to you, Digger. And also Thomas Gartney. I'm sorry. Happy birthday to you. Turning 50 years old today. A 1970 baby. Yeah, 1970 baby. And also Ruth Almonte. Happy birthday to you, Ruth. And Olatan Omalayo Ayo Demeji. African sister. Happy birthday to you. And also Joesta Bursey, turning 61 years old today. And go get her Cicely Carr. Happy birthday to you. And Tasha Neek Hamilton, turning 34 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And my man, going all the way back to the 1992, my man Eshawn Wilson, turning 49 years old today up Penn State. Happy birthday to you, my brother. And last but not least, Tracy McKinnon Pickens, turning 53 years old today. Tracy McKinnon Pickens. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday with this glorious September 10th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, to rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, listen, y'all, listen. You got to listen. Yes. What could happen if they would only listen? Where could you be if they would only listen? What could y'all have if they would only listen? Would it be the greatest love of all? Y'all going ball, getting all the money and all the accolades, all. Winner takes all, you know what I'm talking about. And you would never go out. I like a sucker if they would only eat Smuckers. I'm talking about the jelly and jam. You know who the fuck I am. Yo, if they would only open up their eyes and ears and not stop drinking the beers and smoking too much of the weed, all you need to do is listen to what I'm saying. You won't bleed. Word. But they ain't trying to hear it. Something about you just don't hit the spirit. But if they did, y'all would have a lot more than just 3 kids and a lot of bills. Yo, sit back, relax, and chill. And let me tell you the deal. Real? You keep talking. It's almost like you're a couple of birds just squawking. Yeah. Because they won't listen to nothing you say and won't do it your way, huh? It's not that you don't have no plan because you've been in the lab and getting the shit together, man. But they won't even read the blueprint and won't listen to the shit that you meant. But it's going to be all right. You got to keep your game tight and keep your grindstone. Make sure that you know be going out like some limestone. And on this real, yo, let me tell y'all how I feel. I feel like if black people get they shit and just listen to a little bit of stuff and get legit, we don't even have to commit no crime. But since we talk about a little crime, we could do crime together and just triple the funds. And once we get the ones, we could open up our own shit and be totally legit. And teach our babies and make sure the people around us don't get crazy. Make a little money, don't have to be a lot, but make sure you can buy everything you want. And if you just listen to me for a couple of minutes, get it. Yo, it's gonna be all right if you listen to me for a couple of minutes. I got something for you, son. Yo, this is really for you, son. And for all of my queens, listen, you know what I mean? When you're stubborn as a mule and you're treating me and looking at me like I'm fool, I'm going to stop giving you the advice and put that shit in rice like you a fucked up phone that you dropped in the water and out there. I'm not really trying to get caught up. It's going to be all right and everything is going to be all right. Thank you, ain't and everything is going to be all right and everything is going to be all right. You listen and you learn and everything is going to be all right and everything is going to be all right. Wait your turn now and everything is going to be all right. You listen, you learn. We going to earn all the sprite. Yo, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I hope y'all enjoy listening to the show as much as I enjoyed broadcasting it to y'all. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all and love y'all back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Y'all know what it is. We will be back tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Y'all know what it is. So I'm going to get back with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Actual facts, baby. So let me get Blog Talk on up out of here. Get back. Don't forget to share the show. If y'all ain't hit that like button yet, make sure y'all hit that thing. Don't forget to share the show. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. All right? Peace.